Tai Otoshi trip. It's the same trip we did from the back. We're coming in, boom. We pull them over. We're just gonna be doing this from the front. Coming in, 1, 2. We take the overhook, like so. From there, we're gonna go in a crow step, where our back foot comes to our front foot. 1, and we drop to the mat, and we bring them forward, ideally with the wrist hand and the overhook hand, but for this drill, we're gonna let go of the wrist, and we're gonna let our partner come forward so they can get back up. Just getting repetitions here. Done quickly. Muscle goes out. 1, 2, 3. Luis. All right, we're just gonna get into our Tai Otoshi mechanics. So we're able to get wrist control, pull in. We're dominating the center line here, and we have an overhook. From here, we're gonna go from a perpendicular to a parallel angle. So all I'm gonna do, again, I take that back foot, I go on a crow step where I pop in, and then I'm gonna change angle as I do this, and I'm gonna drop down to a knee. So here, boom, boom, and from here, ideally, what I'm doing is I'm getting my Achilles in alignment with the shin. So I'm creating, you know, kind of that schoolyard motion of a push and pull, knocking your partner over. I'm just bringing them over my Achilles and the shin. From here, I'm using the overhook, and I'm using my wrist control, and I want to make them barrel roll. So it's my goal to not make Luis shoulder roll, where he's coming through. I want to make him barrel roll, where we're parallel. I have this locked. I'm going to go towards my left-hand quadrant. And I'm going to go in, 1, 2, and I'm going to cover. Make sure you're sagging your hips. Coming in. So now we have control. Boom, we do our footwork pattern. We come in. From there, we have center line, and we're doing our drop Tai Otoshi. Coming in, and then sagging our hips back. Covering on the mat. Any questions here? Awesome, let's play with it. 1, 2, 3. My wrist arm, I'm gonna do that same crow hop, and I'm gonna come behind, I'm gonna place my ear right into my partner's heart, and I'm sagging down, trying to get to my right hand quadrant on this far side. So I'm sagging this direction, I'm not going that direction. I'm gonna be going over here, I grab an inside reach, and I bring my partner to the... Might ask, how did the sag and the Tai Otoshi go hand in hands? Luis? Anytime Luis's head is forward, we're gonna be looking to do our Tai Otoshi, coming, dropping to our knee, and bringing them forward. When their weight's backwards, we're gonna be looking to push them back and over. So we're just putting those two movements together. We're coming in, we can do 1, 2, like so. From there, we bring our back foot to our front foot, and we come in, bring the ear. From here, Luis is going to humble his knee out to the other side. The second this happens, immediately we drop down, we do that same footwork pattern, 1, 2, and we bring them over like so. So the second the head comes forward, we're gonna look to hit our Tai Otoshi. So just from the top, boom, and I can even just, when I'm feinting this, keep onto that wrist control and bring them down. So we're playing with the motion of this knee going behind and then out. That's what we're looking to do as a setup. Boom, I glue my head, it comes out. The second that happens, I want a quick directional change where I get parallel to my partner and I bring them over. All right, one partner for time. 1, 2, 3. Nice, Gordon. Nice. Beautiful, Thomas. Far away, he's sagging all the way back. When this happens, when he's low, what I'm gonna look to do is I'm gonna take my wrist hand away and I'm gonna hit a drag motion on Luis from my overhook side. So from here, I 1-2, and I just sag it to the back. From there, I glue my ear right to his lat, and then I look to lock in an S grip. Now from here, I'm gonna push him forward, and what I'm gonna look to do is I'm gonna hit a little scissor motion on our Tai Otoshi coming in, going long arm, short arm, and then pulling him over this strip. So here, boom, elbows tight, long arm, short arm, pulling him through. Tai Otoshi from the back. So we look to go. 1-2, we get in. So from there, let's start off with our initial off balance. So Luis goes back. I come in, I block at the knee. He circles out. Boom. From there, immediately, I'm going to take my wrist hand and I'm going to bring it up high by the armpit. My left foot is going to hit that crow step where I just start teleporting around. So I'm here, boom, I let go of the wrist hand, boom, immediately I lock in my grip. From here, I go to a long arm, short arm, and I recommend hitting looser grips here. So go to an S grip, pulling this around. From there, really quickly, I'm gonna scissor 1-2, getting my Achilles in alignment with Luis's Achilles, and then I'm just pulling him over in this direction, covering him like so. All right, guys, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3.
All right, guys, we got to the part of the practice that actually matters. This is when the purple belts show up to training. We are doing our randori. Just joking. This is situational warm-up. I like to think of it as dynamic drilling.
1 for 1.
So after the takedown, you are forced to build up, work up to the feet, and either cut away or look to hit a reversal. So as you can see, me and Luis just working back and forth. He gets the tie-up, he gets the setup, but there's some room for partners' reaction to switch up the variability on what we're doing. So it's not always going to be the same thing you're going against. And Luis here is one of my favorite partners to work with just because he has that fluidity and that balance and that variety of takedowns to kind of work through. As you can see, a lot of times the first attempt generally fails. But this is a good example here of just working on the defense, right back into the offense, and kind of playing between the wrestling reactions and then the guard play reactions. Notice how Luis doesn't always look to turn away and build up. Sometimes he turns in, forcing me to use some of my guard passing skills and different variety of techniques on this. So super important when you're practicing, whether it's your stand-up or your guard play, just working in dynamic variability on your drilling, because you can drill the moves all day long, but if you don't have the confidence to hit them in sparring, a lot of times the timing, is built doing this type of drilling. Like there's a big gaping hole between, learning a move passively, then being able to do it in the live sparring. And this is where I kind of find my in-between, where I can get stuff to the point where I'm able to hit it during the live spars in this playful type of drilling. It's not 100%, resistance. It's just working with just a little bit, trying to make, the first attempt unsuccessful and going with the flow and kind of scrambling back and forth with your training partner. This is definitely, again, one of the most important parts of the skill development process, I think, is this style of drilling. And I would even go as far to say, perhaps for skill development, it's more important than the actual randori where you're just going all out. So try to add this into your training. give it a go. This is, me and Luis just playing around here as the round ends. Next up, we got one of my long-time training partners and one of my students, Gordon here. As the rounds progress, we try to pick it up just a little bit on really stopping that first attempt on the move. So important to note when we're working through here, we're trying to make the first attempt unsuccessful. And then we tend to give it a little bit more of a go on that rear standing position on the reversals or escapes. So important to keep in mind here. But me and Gordon just going back and forth, able to incorporate some of my throws from that rear standing position. This is a time where I like to sneak in those reps where guys are behind me controlling. And this drill too, we try to focus on staying connected at all times, really limiting the disengagement. So as soon as we break away, we re-engage on a grip, and the partner that is doing the takedown, they get 100% priority on the gripping exchange.